Welcome back to Mom and Pop Video Shop. I'm Joel.
And I'm Tyson.
And I have nothing clever to say.
You always have something clever to say. Don't put that. I can't shoulder that burden today. What are we talking about?
I don't know. We are doing what I hope is the first in a long line of a series that I can't come up with a good name with, and I put it on Tyson to come up with a name, and I don't know if he's been sitting here diligently. I mean, he is literally a professional writer. He's written novels and short stories and screenplays, and he's sold stuff. I am sure as a wordsmith, a professional wordsmith, he has come up with a great title, a name for this particular segment. What you got, Tyson?
You didn't give me near enough time for this.
Actually, I was trying to put you on the spot. That was
I know you were. No, we gotta give it so collector's crypt doesn't work.
No, because everybody uses that. Fan's attic.
1 hour later.
Fan.
Geek.
Chasm.
Nerd,
Fan.
City of the Living.
Fan.
20 minutes later.
I know you like people under the stairs. I'm trying to think of something.
Yeah.
Something under the stairs.
The collector under the stairs.
The collection under the stairs.
The collection under the stairs. Except they're not always under the stairs.
Yeah.
Eventually.
We're gonna go with Collector's Corner for now. It may change over time as you're seeing this and we record this.
We'll come up with something.
Hopefully at some point.
Juicier.
Yeah, I hope so. Much juicier. But yeah, so we're doing a Collector's Corner, and in this first official Collector's Corner, where the whole point of this, I guess I probably should say that too, the whole point of these videos is gonna be if we meet people that have got cool collections, or they've got a cool weird little video store setup of some sort, whatever they have. If it's related in some way, shape, or form to movies, fandom, pop culture, and we are able to get to their place and get some footage and interview them, we will share that with you. Yeah. So the first up is with a guy that is known as Robby Retro. He's actually been on Retro Movie Geek. He covered Timecop with us as we record this, not that long ago, maybe a month or so ago. And I had the honor of visiting him at his home, which is not that far from my home, which was cool. And he has a hell of a collection, I gotta say it. I mean, it's really cool because as you'll see in this footage, and he talks us through as we go through, it starts off and it's like really nice. It's like, oh, this is kind of cool, the way he's got this set up. And then you go into another area and you're like, whoa, okay. You know, it's like, you were holding back on me, buddy. You really were.
That's what she said.
I'm excited to see this
Yeah,
too, because I wasn't there.
Yeah, he wasn't there. He hasn't seen the footage, so this is first for him as well. And so again, we're not going to be talking over this because thankfully Robby covered all that, which was awesome. He walks us through. He gives us a grand tour. So enjoy that. But at the very end, stick around because he had given me a few things to add to the shop. He made a contribution to Mom and Pop's Video Shop, and I will share a few of those items with you when we return. Hi, Robby.
Joel!
Hey!
Hey, man!
Hey, man!
I was just watching Family Ties.
Oh, of course you were. Of course you were.
Come on in.
All right.
Come on, guys. Follow me. We're going upstairs to Robby Retro's place. Come on up. It's kind of the movie room here.
All right.
A couple things you may appreciate, Joel. Some Batman, some Spider-Man. Signed by James Newton Howard. Signed by Hans Zimmer. Yeah, I love that. If Adventure has a name, it must be Indiana Jones. I love that poster, Joel. It takes me back to '91. That great summer. Going to the video store, watching MTV. Over here, I've got Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, also '91. That's signed by Tom Wilson, who I just ran into in Philadelphia recently. Encino Man, that's signed by Brendan Fraser. One of my all-time favorites. Saw it in theater, summer '92. Very proud of my Lost Boys laser disc, signed by Jason Patrick and Kiefer Sutherland. This is signed by Tim Capello, you know, the sax man.
Yeah.
And of course, License to Drive, signed by Corey Haim. Corey Feldman. Had the pleasure of meeting Corey Haim the year before he passed away. Got to meet Corey Feldman a couple times, actually. These are license stripe keychains. These were promotional items.
I momentarily lost Robby as we went through his collection. Hopefully we will find him so we can finish this amazing journey.
Joel, hey, I wanted to real quick give a shout out to the artist of this Robby Retro poster.
Very nice.
One of my good friends and colleagues, Roderick Camacho, his partner Jillian did this for me for my birthday. Of course, my love for the Karate Kid. As I was just telling you some of my Karate Kid stories,
Yeah.
growing up in the 80s, the Karate Kid 1 and 2 were on loop. I remember seeing them in the theater, renting them over and over again, watching them back to back, watching part 1, watching part 2, even going through the credits, and then watching them all over again. So, of course, meeting Ralph Macchio was a dream come true. This is something I'm really proud of right here. It's a action figure, right, 86, 87, signed by Ralph Macchio. He also signed this one for me. This is signed by Billy Zabka. Now, how cool is this that, Joel, he actually signed this in 2011 and wrote Cobra Kai on it
Did he?
before
the show.
the show. So he signed it twice, actually. Signed it here and signed it again, wrote Cobra Kai, wrote his name. But this is signed by Martin Cove.
That's great.
Here's another signed by Zabka. Wrote my name on it. Robert, sweep the leg, really cool. But I was much happier with this one, how
Yeah.
it turned out.
Yeah.
And that's pretty sweet how that turned out there.
Yeah, that's great.
So, Joe, I'm just going to show you this real quick because all of this is signed by Ralph Macchio pretty much. This he just signed for me recently. This is the one I was telling you about. He saw me and said, hey, this is my Florida guy. So, Liver Diamond. I thought that was really sweet. And this is Japanese. There's that Phantom cardboard card I was telling you about. But isn't that sweet, this artwork
That's
here?
great.
And this is kind of a culmination of all things kind of 80s and 90s in here. There's movie promotional buttons, movie trading cards, there's laser discs, there's retro kind of movie books, the movie adaptations, there's VHS in here, there's 80s, 90s kind of promotional items like McDonald's and Burger King. And I'd say most of it is 80s and 90s with a kind of a splash of some more current things with kind of a retro vibe. So it's one of my all-time favorite posters.
Yes.
One of my all-time favorite movies. That's inscribed by John Carpenter, also signed by John Carpenter. Yeah, I love that movie, 1986. I mean, it's a classic. What a great poster.
Yeah.
I got some VHS in here. Cool as Ice, signed by Vanilla Ice, and he's super cool in real life. Got the Kevin Costner signed Robin Hood figure. Joel was telling me that's probably one of the few in existence, I'm thinking. Don't see too many signed Robin Hood figures by Kevin Costner. So, of course, probably my all-time favorite movie, Joel, Back to the Future. And I mean, this poster,
Oh, it's great.
is it maybe not the greatest poster in movie
It's up.
history?
It's in the top 5 for me.
Yeah, for sure. By Drew. Drew signed this. That's signed by Drew. To my son, this was, he did that for me for my birthday. I met Mary Steenburgen, Back to the Future 3. Those are some of my little Back to the Future kind of figures, and she was really super sweet. There's Leah Thompson. Oh, this is kind of neat, Back to the Future 3 kind of promotional button there.
Cool. Yeah.
Joel, this is signed by Michael J. The Hood. That's how I got Michael J. signed that in 2009 in Tampa at a golf tournament he was at. This is signed by Bob Gale, that laser disc. This is signed by, that's Tom Wilson there. I saw again recently. So this is Michael J's signature right here. Over here, got some pretty cool movie mags. Speaking of Jurassic Park, the 30th anniversary. I loved, Joel, movie magazines.
Yeah.
Back in the day, all movies would have a movie magazine. They'd have a movie comic book. Yeah, a lot of these are movie magazines, star logs, sticker albums, action heroes, comic scene. If you look right here, Joel, this is, speaking of T3, this was a Back to the Future 3 poster like I got at Walmart when it came. That's since it's been out.
Oh, okay.
Not that long.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they've got, no telling what you might find in there. There's VHS, there's retro toys, of course Ghostbusters. Some of those things are signed. Very top there, that Rocky figure, that 2-pack Rocky figure signed by Karl Weathers. But on the top left is Frank Stallone. Got a Coneheads figure signed by Dan Aykroyd, that's also the 30th anniversary of Coneheads 93, which actually I love that movie. That Masters Universe poster came from the movie magazine and it's signed by Meg Foster, who is Evil Lynn. Got a Jake Lloyd episode 1 figure signed. That's Mark Wahlberg, Planet of the Apes is signed by him. Got him in Tampa also, where I got Michael J. Fox at that golf tournament. That Blues Brothers figure is signed by Dan Aykroyd. When he was promoting his Crystal Head Vodka. You're gonna see some Batman, Michael Keaton Batman stuff, MC Hammer, Vanilla Ice. That Vanilla Ice doll up there, signed by Vanilla Ice. You get the Magnum PI model kit. Thank you so much for coming by today and checking out my collection. I think we have a mutual love of all things 80s and 90s, of course. The video stores, they meant so much to us. And I think that's why now, at this time in our lives, we're kind of recreating that somewhat. And I'm fortunate. Shout out to my wife for letting me do this. So glad you guys checked out the collection. It was an honor to be featured, Joel, today. Thank you so much for your time. And Mom and Pop Video Shop, the YouTube channel, and of course the Retro Movie Geek podcast. Of course, you got to check out our Timecop podcast. But hope to see you guys again in the future. Joel, you're welcome to come back anytime, buddy. Hope to see you again soon.
All right, so I hope you enjoyed that. I know I did. Honestly, we just scratched the surface. Robby is a fantastic guy. I hope to have him on the channel. He can maybe be on a stream with us and talk collecting and all that kind of stuff. And he's always going to cons and meeting people and picking stuff up, and really great guy. He'll be a great resource, sort of like how we hope to have Peter be like our Northern European branch of Mom and Pops and occasionally bring us stuff from there. Love to have Robby contribute stuff as well to the channel. It'd be fantastic. But
creating like this international empire.
Yes.
Right.
So we got a few things contributed. I'm not going to share everything because he actually gave me quite a bit of VHS and some album soundtracks and a Laserdisc.
That's technically audio.
It is audio, but I felt weird saying it that way. So let's go. Let's start with, right off the bat, we got Encino Man, which he has an Encino Man poster signed by Brendan Fraser.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, that was in the video as well. So that was very cool. Stallone, First Blood, because we had in Mom and Pop's Rambo First Blood.
Academy Award winning Stallone.
Yes, indeed. I'm noticing a theme.
Yeah.
A theme. So yeah, First Blood, fantastic. And now these two are great. One of them I'd heard of, the other one I'd never even heard of the freaking movie. So right off the bat, we've got Defense Play.
What the hell is that?
I've never seen this or even heard of it.
I've heard of it.
I know the vibe I get off of it.
Shall we play a game?
War Games?
War Games.
Yeah, it's probably a War Games knockoff. I'm looking at the names. I don't even recognize any of the names. Oh, I take it back. And I don't remember is it Susan or Ceedy? She's Boof from Teen Wolf.
From Teen Wolf?
Yeah. Boof. Yeah. Boof.
Boof, how the hell are you?
Say no.
No.
Great talking to you.
Now, this is the one, I've never even heard of this movie. Rule number 3. The con man's code, his life depends on it. Can you even make out what the names are on that? Because the actor looks familiar, but I don't know.
Starring Mitchell Cox,
Okay.
Marcia Swayze,
I wonder any relation, maybe.
Jerry Bechter.
Doesn't ring a bell. Yeah, the director is also
Written and directed by
Michael.
Mitchell Cox.
Oh, by his brother, presumably, or his dad.
No, they were both Mitchell Cox. Did I say Michael Cox?
Oh, you think he said Michael?
You don't listen, do you?
Mitchell Cox. He was
Okay.
he was doing a lot of work on this.
Yeah, so he's the writer, director, and star of this movie, which, I mean, if you can see from the cover, I mean, come on, people.
Does this take place in Reno?
It takes place, at least part of it, there's a shot in the back from
Yes.
Reno. Let's see, what year is this? This is, it's gotta be 90s. 1994. Oh my God.
In case you haven't noticed, I'm weird. I'm a weirdo.
Is it actually like the third in a trilogy? Is it like the
No, it's like the first is rule, and then
Like
rule number 2,
rule
then rule
number
number 3, which would be hilarious.
Right.
No, I think it's just called rule number 3 with the ampersand. No, it's not ampersand. Ampersand is the one for
pound
at.
sign?
That pound sign, yes. Yeah, the pound sign from your phone from back in the day. Yeah, so it's rule number 3. I mean, come on. So the other thing he gave me, and these are awesome. So we've got the Top Gun on the ski slopes, Aspen Extreme Laserdisc.
Oh, I remember Aspen Extreme.
I don't think I've ever seen it, but it's amazing.
I was that kid that every time I watched a movie, I wanted to be that thing.
Oh,
I wanted
yeah.
to be a skier.
Of course, of
And
course.
Growing up in Southern Illinois, not a whole lot of snow skiing opportunities.
Yeah,
so,
well, which is shocking to learn.
yeah.
Aspen Extreme. Aspen Extreme. That is what we're doing. All right, so the rest of these are albums, like soundtracks. So how cool is this, dude? Streets of Fire Japanese album.
I'm excited about this one.
Yeah, this one is great. Rambo 3. Rambo 3. I'll show you the back.
That's freaking cool.
Yeah, that's really great. So, and then the one that he handed me, I was like, "Are you sure? Are you serious, Clark?" I was because SharkCon, which is going to be in July in Tampa Bay Fairgrounds, they're doing a Jaws 3 reunion.
I saw that, yeah.
And Chappie himself is going to be there.
No kidding.
Chappie's going to be there, bro.
You know, I have the Jaws 3 soundtrack on vinyl. I might
See,
have to.
you can get this
You
signed.
talking about the damn sharks, mother?
Iron Eagle, I prefer to Top Gun. Now, Top Gun Maverick was amazing, and it even made me like Top Gun a little bit more.
On that, we'll agree to disagree.
I like Top Gun. I always liked it, but Iron Eagle was this is the movie where after I saw it, I was like, I'm going to be a fighter pilot. Like, I did the same thing as a kid. My dad took me to see this in the theater. Tim Thomerson is in it.
Although I will admit that I do occasionally listen to the Iron Eagle soundtrack while I'm
so
at the
good. The Run of the Gypsy. Oh my God, dude.
Don't quit your day job.
Thank you so much, Robby.
Robby seems like he knows his stuff.
Oh, he knows it.
Specifically when it comes to 90s Jean-Claude Van Damme projects.
Dude knows his stuff for sure. Yeah, so great guy. I will link to anything he wants me to link to in the description below. But yeah, definitely in the comments, let us know if you've seen rule number 3, 1 or 2, as he said. Let us know, what kind of collection you have, if you have one. I'd love to see pictures. If you want to, either hit us up on Instagram at momandpopvideoshop, or you want to email us at momandpopvideoshop@gmail.com. Well, all that's in the various descriptions.
We'll put it all down there.
Yeah, I think that pretty much wraps up this Collector's Corner. Again, thank you to Robby Retro, and remember, at Mom and Pop's, our love of...
You know what? Just for Robby Retro, blood sport
never stops.
The Kumite, the world's ultimate competition. The true story of a contest so deadly it must be held in total secrecy. Now, one American has come to this hidden location to win the toughest battle of hand-to-hand full-contact karate. Martial arts sensation Jean-Claude Van Damme fights to be world champion in Bloodsport, rated R.
Starts Friday at select theaters.